Mangwanani, Maswera say, Makadini. Welcome to the Katiyos channel. If you're here for the first time, if you're here for the second, third, fourth time, good to see you again. Today, I am blessed to be with a very special man who I've known for many years in my life. This is my father, ladies and gentlemen. Magadive Nishumba. Tekasimba. Thank you for coming onto this platform. We are very blessed to have you, and today we are discussing a very exciting topic. I'm really excited to learn about the significance and the origins of Lobola or Roora. Maybe we can start by asking you, I assume you did, but maybe I wasn't there, I wasn't born. Did you pay Roora yourself?
Yeah, I went through the process, yeah.
You went through the process. Where did you find Mama? Where is she from? Magabada Roora kupi?
She's from Rimba.
Kwa Rimba?
Yeah.
Hey, Magapa kupi?
I'm from UMP.
You traveled all that way?
No, we met in Harare. we met in Harare. She was still in high school.
Yeah.
And then she went to uni.
You dated, you went to uni,
eventually. Yeah, we dated for 6 years.
For 6 years, that's similar to me at Athena.
Yeah.
Oh, this thing of Roora, where did it start? In Zimbabwe, even in Africa, do we have any literature or any documentation pinpointing to when it started?
The unfortunate scenario is that in Zimbabwe we don't have any documented or evidence or proof or process about Lobola. Okay. The reason being that the rest of Africa, because of colonialism, any historical records or anything was destroyed. Because of slavery. So when your history is destroyed, it means anybody can do anything with you.
Okay. So like you said, if they destroy our history, then they can, I guess, impart their own ways of doing things.
Yeah, it's easier to change you. And format you in the way they want. If you don't know your history.
Okay. So we don't have anything in Zimbabwe. What about anywhere else in Africa? Are there any records?
Right. It's it has been proved that the oldest library found on Earth was found in Mali.
In Mali, okay.
Yeah, and they found some of the scrolls. They're still working on them to decipher the information
written on them.
Recorded. What is not known is whether this was hidden. They tried to hide it from the colonialists, and then obviously the people who knew where it was possibly passed on. But then it was then discovered now because people knew the whereabouts of that library, so they dug up and then they discovered all this. So there's documentation going beyond Jesus Christ.
Wow,
it's that long. So it's centuries and centuries old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lobola itself, what does it symbolize? Why do we do it?
It's a token of appreciation.
Yep.
It's to the family of the bride.
Of the bride, okay.
Yeah. It's proof to the family of the bride that you can and can afford to look after their daughter.
Their child, yeah.
It's a sacred union. It's an important arrangement that creates unity between two families.
Yep.
Because of the marriage between their two children. Right, and it shows that you value your wife. It's like, for instance, in your own case, I told you that you have to find your own money.
Yes, you did not help me there.
Nah. Because the reason I did it, maybe I haven't told you, is that if you work for something on your own, you value whatever you work for, right? Yeah, but if someone pays it for you, if there's a problem tomorrow, you can just blame anyone else. Yeah, but if you do it yourself, you work it for yourself, you value and you treasure. That in this instance, you treasure your wife. Exactly. You value your wife. You love your wife, and the marriage it will be long lasting. This is why in Africa our marriages last longer than the Western world.
So you mentioned value. I think that's a very key topic. What would you say to, because we've got a lot of young people growing up in the Western world, and to them maybe they just hear that to them Lobola is someone paying money to the girl's family. And maybe they have this mentality that the girl's family is selling their daughter. What would you say to a girl who says, I don't want to be sold, or I don't understand why my family is selling me to this guy? What would you say to such a young person maybe who doesn't understand the significance of Lobola? A young girl.
Right. Little knowledge is always very dangerous. That one day I'll put it to ignorance.
Okay.
Right. The reason I say so is that if you have no personal value on your own personal value, if you don't regard yourself as worth, you are allowed to talk like that. Right. Remember, if you are being married elsewhere, how do you hope the person who is marrying you is going to respect you, value you, treat you well, right, and stay with you longer?
Right.
If you yourself don't think this is a necessary thing or step to be done.
So you're saying pretty much this is a guarantee that this young man is serious or committed. And for example, in my situation, I really worked hard because you were not supporting me, but I needed to go and present something to my in-laws. I can say as a testimony that during that time I was very focused, and I don't think I have ever managed to gather that much wealth. And I think it's really shaped me as a person.
You matured.
I matured
in the process,
and I had a lot of commitment. So just taking it back, just to help us understand, back in the days, maybe they didn't have money. So how did they show their level of commitment, or how did they show how much they valued their bride back then, before maybe there was money and things like this that we have now? Was it always an exchange of money? Was it in cows, or what else did they do back when this culture started?
Firstly, in marriage, you don't just walk to your boy's house and stay there. There's a process that has to be followed. An official process. So old times they would use a badza, a hoe, right? Was used as a lobola in place of a lobola. Of course, times have changed. But badza would be used, or kutema ugariri. Those that could not afford badza because it was an expensive thing, would go and work for free at the bride's place, obviously in agreement. You go there, you show your intent. They agree to it. And then you work. You agree on how long you're going to work.
Terms.
Your terms and things like that. And then eventually afterwards, they give you your bride.
Wow. So okay. So there are different ways, but in essence, again, it's about showing the commitment.
Yeah.
So if you couldn't give something, you would work to show your commitment. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In terms of just outside of Africa, do we see this anywhere else?
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Okay.
It's in the Arab world.
Yeah.
It's in Asia.
Yeah.
Particularly South Asia. In Africa, across the continent, it happens as well.
Yeah.
And even in Europe, pre-medieval time, it happened.
Okay. Yeah.
I forgot India as well.
Oh, in India.
Yeah, although it's in reverse.
So in reverse, you mean the bride?
The bride's family pays the groom's family. I don't know how it works, but it happens.
Okay. So that's very interesting. So Tatiana would have to prove.
Yeah,
I think that would have been nice, huh?
She would have to come in. She would have to come and show me intent.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I have to make sure that
she's serious.
My son is safe with her.
Yeah. I think I would have loved that, but because now we're living in a world where culture is meeting faith. Do we see this in the Bible? Because some people say, okay, maybe that's the Zimbabwean way or that's the African way. I'm now a Christian.
Yeah.
Do we see it anywhere biblically to support evidence of Lobola?
There's a lot of evidence in the Bible.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
For a start, there was Jacob.
Yeah.
Jacob akatema ugariri.
Yeah.
He actually worked for Rachel for 7 years.
Yeah.
And the Laban, the father-in-law, cheated him.
Yeah.
And he worked another 7 years.
So 14
to make
years.
it 14 years to get the 2 wives he had.
Yeah.
For Lobola.
Yeah. Wow, 14 years.
Yeah.
He was very serious about his bride.
Yeah, because initially when he worked the first 7 years, you know this. People know the story.
Yeah.
He thought he was going to get Rachel.
Yeah.
But because culturally they did not marry the younger daughter before the older daughter, somehow the Zimbabwean culture is so much linked into that culture in the Bible. That's exactly what happened. Even in our old culture, you won't marry the younger daughter before the older daughter.
Okay. Wow. This has been a very eye-opening topic. Just in terms of marriage itself, how much do we value it as Zimbabweans or as Africans? Aside from Lobola, what's really happening?
I think marriage is sacred.
Yeah.
It's very, very important. When you marry, families are involved because it's a bonding between families. You don't just do it on your own. Depending on what you believe in.
Yeah.
If you believe culturally, you talk to ancestors and tell them that you're going to marry.
Yeah.
Who you're going to marry, when you're going to marry, and you ask for blessings. The same applies if you believe in God. If you're a Christian, you speak to God to tell him who you're going to marry, what you've thought to do, and everything else, and you ask for blessings.
Yeah.
Right? So you cannot speak to God that you're going to marry someone who you want to divorce.
Yeah.
Right. So if what it means is that if you don't value your wife, you don't value what you believe in. If you don't value your wife, you don't value God. So there could be an issue between you and your God. Because I don't think you would want to waste time saying things that you are not committing yourself to.
A vow that you don't mean.
Yeah. And you don't do that to somebody you want to divorce tomorrow.
Yeah. So if you are willing to stand before God, it means we hope that as a Christian you take God very seriously.
Yeah.
You don't want to waste God's time. You're not there to lie.
Yeah.
This is a very serious thing. You're not going to be standing there every week vowing to someone new.
And divorce is not a first option.
Yeah.
It's not an option at all. It happens,
but
it's not an option.
Yeah.
Because you are giving your lifetime commitment.
Yep.
Of course, circumstances might come, but you have given your lifetime commitment for a long-lasting marriage.
Yeah.
That shows your commitment to God. God blesses where people are committed to.
Yep.
God blesses where people have told him or have asked him for their blessings.
Yep. So, what would happen in a situation where there's no lobola? People are I'm just taking a girl and bringing her into my life, my house.
The first thing is that if you had done that, we will have no respect for your wife.
Okay.
Whether we like it or not.
Okay.
Yeah. Because one, we doubt her honesty.
Yeah.
We doubt her integrity. Because why would she allow herself to be moved from her parents to come to you without the process having been done? It means she has no respect for her own parents or family.
To just leave like
to just do that.
Yeah.
The same applies to you as well. Right? Even if you go to their family, they're not going to respect you because officially you are not known as their son-in-law. There has to be a process, and there's three issues where people involve families. People involve families in everything, but there are three main issues where you talk to God or you involve families. Right? Yeah. When you marry, your family has to be involved. Right? Both sides. God has been involved. Both sides. Right? When you have a wedding, your family is going to be involved. Both sides. God is going to be involved. Both sides. Right? When you die, your family is going to be involved.
Yeah.
Right? And your own family, the wife you married and everything else are involved, and your extended family, us, will be involved. The same applies to your wife's side. Right? Those are three main issues where you cannot do it on your own.
So these are the most significant,
very significant
moments in African culture, in
Correct.
life,
Yep.
so to say.
You can speak to God about buying a house, doing all sorts of things here and there, but where family have to be involved, or you have no choice, or tradition, if you're following respectively tradition, those are the three aspects here too.
Yeah.
In
involving family and involving God and everything else that's associated with lobola and marriage, do you think one of the key elements is accountability?
That's very correct. What it means is this, right? If you have your own child, I don't think you just let them go anywhere they want. Well, a good example, which is personal to you, we didn't allow you to go everywhere. It's not that we didn't value you or we were bad parents or everything else, but the safety aspect was paramount, where we thought you might be exposed to something that is not good or something might happen to you.
You didn't let me.
Yeah, so we care. The same applies to your wife. When she's coming from her family to another family, remember they don't know you.
That's true.
You're lucky if they just don't know in passing.
Yeah.
But not as someone who has married their daughter. They don't know you.
They don't know me. Yeah.
So the only link between you and them is their daughter, who is saying she loves you, and you are saying you love her.
Yeah.
But what else is there besides
my words?
Your words and mouth. What else is there?
Nothing.
And remember, they don't know you too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So showing commitment by paying lobola, the token of appreciation, and the process that goes before until you get that lobola, because they understand that by the time you come down and sit down to pay lobola, it means you have served, you have committed, you have dated their daughter, you have chosen it,
and I've brought my entire family,
and you've brought your entire family.
Not wasting their time. Yeah.
Then you earn respect because they know your adults, your people, your family, your parents cannot come to something that you're playing around with. They know if your parents are Zimbabweans, Zimbabweans anywhere else in the world, wherever they are and everything else, there's a level of understanding we have amongst each other, especially when these relationships are concerned. The moment I get involved in your marriage, it gives you credit.
It carries weight.
It carries weight that your father-in-law will place you at another level than if you walk alone in there with your friends to say you want to marry. Yeah. But if you come with me or somebody respectively, or maybe your grandfather or somebody else, it's respectable. It shows credibility. They begin to understand, maybe our daughter will have a good life. Because these people are committed. Because these people want a long-lasting solution for their son. So our daughter, we can, although we might have the benefit of the doubt, but the way things have happened, I think our daughter will live well.
Maybe before we close, what are other key things or problems that you want to really highlight with this culture of just living in together or just taking each other without any lobola? What are some big problems that can occur that you want us to understand, some consequences that come with that sort of lifestyle as young people?
Right. That one there, it's a subject on its own.
We need another video.
We need another video. But what I can simply say is that you remember I said that marriage is sacred. And then you remember I said that marriage is spiritual.
Yes.
Right. So, and what it means is that if you have not followed these processes, what it will mean is that God is not happy with you.
Okay.
Your ancestors presumably are not happy with you because you have not followed the process. From your wife's side, the same thing is happening. Because you've brought an alien who was not introduced to them. Think about this in a simple layman's terms. If you bring a girl here, we have never seen the girl, we don't know her and everything else, you just bring her here and then you stay with her, you don't even tell her who she is, we just look at you, and then in 2 days time she dies. Think about it. What do you think are the consequences? So it's open-ended. Even if you're in the Western world, the first thing you call the police, they want to find out how she died. They suspect you because you're close to her.
Who is she to me? Why is she here?
Right. You don't know whether she had underlying issues or anything like that, or if they can't find them, then you're the first suspect.
And her family as well.
Who is she? You don't even know where her family is and everything else. You have there's nothing that links you to her. So in other words, you can't even bury her. Because
her family might say, why you took our daughter and she's dead, and you want us to bury
her.
Who are you?
But I'm not sure what can happen in the Western world, but back home they will not come to the funeral, and it's taboo in our culture for one person to go to the graveyard and bury someone. It's taboo.
So I can't bury this.
You cannot bury anybody as an individual where representatives of both parents are not there. You cannot do it. It's sacred. Right. And the other thing I wanted to we might have forgotten to mention in passing was that when you asked me why you pay lobola and everything else, remember your wife is going to move from her parents to your family. You're going to change her name. You're going to change. You don't change her totem, but she'll be called something else, which is in our case.
For us, Shumba.
For Shumba, it's just we are Shumba Nyamziwa. The Nyamziwa part is our wives. Madzimai ndo anonzi Nyamziwa. Right? It's just Shumba. But it's not around Shumba Nyamziwa to identify us from all the breakaway factions. Right? Saka, what happens is that when you have your own kids, you will give them your name to ensure lineage. right? The Katiyos lineage, it's continuous because you got someone and you had children, right? So if someone says that they don't want their husband or their boyfriend to pay Lobola and everything else, but they are happy to ensure the Katiyos lineage continues, then there's something wrong somewhere. There's something completely wrong. This is, I mentioned that it's sacred. I mentioned that it's spiritual. There's also the blood element to it. Right? If you're a Christian, Jesus shed blood. So when I say there's the blood element, you can put it all together for yourself. What that means. It's not a joke. It's as serious as that. Maybe I cannot express myself well. Maybe I could have been speaking in my own language. Maybe I could have done a better job. I'm not an expert in this. But I'm just saying things I've gone through myself. Which my ancestors have gone through as well. And the education and information they've given me. It's very important that we have youngsters like you who want to find out who they are. Because the moment you cannot identify who you are, it's sad. Right? It means where you're going, you're lost already before you even started going. Many children in the Western world, they don't know anybody beyond their fathers. Right? And these are the people that are questioning Lobola. They don't know their grandfather, but they question Lobola. I think they need to first know their grandparents and their family history. After they've known them, then come back and question Lobola. Then it makes sense.
I don't know about you, but for me, I think I've learned a lot. This has been very enlightening. This has been very educational. And it's really made me appreciate our culture. And it's also made me realize that it's not just us. This is something that happens in many other cultures as well.
True.
This is something that even happens in the Bible. This is something that God values. This is also something that has happened for many years.
It's not just years, it's centuries.
And I've learned today that even, not only today, but when I had to go through this process, that it's a time where as a young man, you mature, your commitment is put on display and tested. And also, it shows, it's a way you can express to your wife's family and even her how much you value her, because you're willing to go through all this. Thank you so much for being on the show. I think we need to bring you back because there's so much of our culture that we need to learn.
True. We anyone of my age is more than willing to let you know. Because a lot of things are lost. Are lost, especially in the Western world. There's a whole lot of things that have been lost. So I thank you for giving me this opportunity to also. But like I said, I'm not an expert, but as somebody who has gone through the process, I've got a few things to tell.
Thank you so much. I don't know if you have any last remarks to someone who's watching today.
I think maybe I can just say to all our daughters out there, right? Be your own man. What I'm trying to say is that set the rules and the terms for any man who wants you. Don't be cheap, right? Your integrity is more important than having an affair with somebody else. If you want to change your husband every 5 years, like in the Western world, it's fine. You're free to do it.
Like a car.
But if you need advice where there's credibility in what you do, remember, there's one aspect we forgot to mention is kids. They are the victims of everything we do. If you divorce 100 times and have a kid at every place you stop, think about the damage it will do to the kids. So before you commit yourself, think what will happen to your kids. Do you want them to experience that type of life or not? Okay, you can be cheap, but are your kids cheap? Think about it. That's all I can say.
Tutenda shumu.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for watching. I hope you were blessed. Let us know what you think in the comments.
Yep.
And share it with your friends, your family, your younger siblings. And let us continue to help each other to keep our culture alive and to keep our identity and integrity intact. God bless you.